Hey YouTube, what's going on? It is Jack Sarah back with another video, and today is going to be a lot of a longer intro. I have a lot of things I want to cover before we hop into some of the gameplay. So first off, you can see the difference in the overlay. I'm no longer a part of Avalanche Gaming. I have joined with my friends at Threat Level as a content creator for them. Avalanche was a great experience. I love those guys to death. But we agreed to part ways, and I was made able to join Threat Level after this. Threat Level is a great organization. These guys are insanely hardworking, helping to improve this community. They do Clash Royale, they do COD Mobile, and they're just all around great people. So make sure to drop their Twitter a follow in the description and join their Discord. They will be the top link. I would really appreciate it if you help show some support. Secondly, I have two shoutouts to give to my friends Kenny and Reflex, aka Lazarus. These guys are grinding YouTube. They're really good Expo 3.0 and ISPO players. You get like Expo, but these guys are really working hard and they're really good. They can also explain their movements while they play the deck. And I think they'd be a really good subscription for you all as well. So make sure if you want to see that more Expo gameplay that's actually decent and not mine, go check them out. And then thirdly, this will not be the hour-long P.E.K.K.A pushing video. I'm so sorry that I have to delay this again. My teachers have been bombarding me with schoolwork. Luckily, it's only 1 or 2 more weeks, I think, until my winter break, and I'll be able to upload more consistently. I will try and get out like 4 or 5 videos a week for you guys over winter break, because I've been really slacking. Once a week is pretty crazy. So with all that out of the way, thank you guys for dealing with my inconsistency. I'm really low. I haven't been able to push. Yesterday was the first time I was able to push this season since the first week. So we're 1700 in the world, low by my standards. I'm not going to be able to make it to a good finish this season, guys. So we're just going to try and get in this video, try and get in some good gameplay for you. Um, and yeah, without any further ado, let's hop into the live games. All right, so we have our first game here against this guy from United. So with this starting hand, I'm probably going to go Magic Archer. And that Magic Archer is going to pierce through 2. And so since I have the Magic Archer and I'm able to pierce through Goblin Gangs if he plays them, we're going to go with the Battle Ram. And that's like a pretty decent play. I'm going to protect this Magic Archer, by the way, too. That's a really good play because it's awkward for them to defend it. Awkward for them to defend the Magic Archer without and the Battle Ram at the same time, because if they use any of their swarms, the Magic Archer will do well. And if they use any heavier units like that, it's easily protectable, as you guys saw. So this is going to be Prince Logbait, and this is going to be a pretty difficult matchup in my opinion. I'm not going to use my Ewas here. We're just going to use a Ghost. And that is the best placement for the Ghost. I don't know if I've gone over that, but on this side, because it will be the most efficient targeting. And I don't really have a good answer to that yet. I don't want to play my Magic Archer and let it just die. So I'm actually going to go with a Electro Wizard. He screwed up his Prince, giving me some nice damage here. So as soon as we're going to have to go with the P.E.K.K.A here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this Princess go for a little bit, and then we're going to go with the Magic Archer right here. This will help kill off these Rascal Girls, help the Ewas kill him off, and then we'll kill off that princess, and we still retain the damage lead. So overall, not bad. He's gonna mess up his log good on the Magic Archer, and I'm gonna try and do. I don't think he has his prince back in cycle. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with the Battle Ram, and then we're gonna go with the Ghost, predicting his Goblin Gang. Oh, he's not gonna bite it. He's gonna go with the Rocket. So that's well played, but he still is gonna have to spend his Goblin Gang. So I'm gonna zap. We're gonna take the even trade and maybe a Barb hit here. Yes, Barb Pit, we do get the Barb Pit, so that's pretty cool. So I've got my Bandit hovered just in case he goes Princess in either lane. If not, if it's in the back, I'm just gonna poison it. Oh, okay, so he's gonna go in with that. So I need to make sure I kill off this Goblin Barrel first. It's gonna be the biggest threat, and then we can have the Ewas Bandit finish off this Rascals. We'll take a lot of damage here, but we're gonna have a really nice elixir advantage. Oh, my uncle texted me, and that is gonna be perfectly fine by me. I'm just gonna go ahead and kite this to the other lane. And now I'm gonna Ghost, and I can have it hover across the bridge here onto this Dark Goblin, and this is really good for me because I can now just poison all that. We're gonna get some really nice value, and then I can go with my Ewas. That placement, always using that placement, and now we have the Bandit, and it's gonna help clean up. And it looks like we're gonna be able to walk away with a really nice victory here. I don't think he can defend this. We're gonna go with our bandit. We're just gonna keep spamming him out here. He's really broke right now. So we're gonna poison off this Dark Goblin. And he looks like he's actually gonna be able to defend somehow. I was really not expecting that, but props to him. It doesn't look like he's put it all in the back again. So we can go with an Ewis like this. And I need this Ewis to walk up. No, 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 don't let him splash. Okay, we just need to get back to one more um poison. So gonna poison, and then we're just gonna tank this prince with our bandit, and it's not gonna be able to defend. So sorry if you guys could hear those vibrations. My uncle's been texting me for my Christmas gift. He's gonna be getting me the capture card that's gonna prevent laggy and it's gonna give me more high quality gameplay. So sorry about that. Also, exciting news. I do have a microphone, Blue Yeti microphone. Yes, it's a microphone, but I have the Blue Yeti is being shipped, and I should have it by next video. So excited about that as well, and we'll hop right into the next game. All right, so going into our second game here against uh, Gui. Well, he's from Noob Esports. So good luck to my man up here. He's gonna go with a Hog Rider, and oh my gosh, man, that was the worst P.E.K.K.A placement I've ever seen on a Hog Rider. You guys want to be placing it right where I'm hovering this E is as soon as possible to prevent any hog hits. Sometimes if you react fast enough. So we'll just zap these bats. There's no way I'm gonna break through without my poison here, so we're just gonna let this go. And so he's gonna have played 3 cards since that Hog Rider. He needs to play 1 card, and then he's back to his Hog Rider. And looks like he's gonna have to defend this P.E.K.K.A. And there's the Ice Golem. So he's now back to his Hog Rider. So we're just gonna set up with our Ghost to deny this lane, so that he's not able to just go in with that Hog Rider. Gonna go in with the Magic Archer lined up like this. Hopefully the Firecracker can align, but at the very minimum, we should get a King activation. Hopefully, yes, we do. Okay. So I'm gonna go with my bandit. At the bridge, bats will not be played in time to stop it, so he's gonna have to use something else. Okay, so he's gonna use his Hog Rider to tank that. That's fine by me. He doesn't have a mini P.E.K.K.A in cycle either, so I'm gonna go in with a Battle Ram just because he doesn't have the mini P.E.K.K.A. We do have the Ewis. Quick zap on that before it shoots, and we might be able to get a Battle Ram connection. The Ewis is gonna live. This is looking really good. So that zap was so important because we were able to kill that Firecracker with the one Ewis shot. It wasn't able to get any more value. Now we've taken half of his tower. That was a smart push since he didn't have his mini P.E.K.K.A end cycle. That's pretty good. I'm normally not able to recognize that good of an opportunity to push, but the fact that I'm getting a bit better at it is really nice to see. So hopefully I can help you guys get better at it as I grow with it. We'll just cycle our Ghost in the back knowing we're up a bit of Elixir. Even though he has Earthquake Log to kill that Magic Archer, I'm going to cycle it in this lane anyway, just so that it's going to be a -1 trade and I get that really sweet lane denial. So, does that bandit? Yes, it does survive full HP. So now we can go in with the Battle Ram. He doesn't have his log because he just used it. He only has pretty much bats and skeletons to defend this. Smart Hog Rider. He's trying to tower trade me right now because he knows he can't defend, but it's not going to end up working out. He's not even going to get a singular hit. And now he can get some really nice poison value on his other Princess Tower, which is pretty much the weak side tower. Might actually not be, excuse me, might actually not be after this push. Ewis is doing work. We have plenty of HP to defend here. So he's going to go in with a mini P.E.K.K.A. I'm just going to go in with the Battle Ram Kite. We're going to go with our Ewis. And we're going to take some damage here for sure. But this mini P.E.K.K.A has been pulled really far back, and this King Tower activation is paying dividends. And as you can see, every time this guy tries to attack me, he's taking a lot of damage on his King and Arena Tower. So no matter what, even if we lose this tower right here, we're still going to be looking really good for the rest of the game. So I'm not going to try and spend much elixir on this mini P.E.K.K.A. This is why, so that I can afford my P.E.K.K.A. Doesn't look like he's going to get the damage he needs. We're just going to go Ewis to prevent a high Firecracker. That's going to be GG, well played. So that was a really nice game right there. You could see every time we were going in with our Battle Ram, we were able... His mini P.E.K.K.A was, out of cycle. That is a pretty big key. Unless you can go Battle Ram Ewis and then Bandit Dash, going into a mini P.E.K.K.A is never a good idea. I wish I could have demonstrated that because it's a good play. But you saw how it worked out when the mini P.E.K.K.A wasn't in cycle. I always made sure my cycle was aligned or I had it was supporting before I went in, and I think that's the key to the game. And then our defense was pretty good as well. All right, so going into the third game against Muji. So this is a really good player here, and he normally runs the meta, and the meta right now is very bad for me. So let's see what we can do with this hand. I'm gonna pull back this bar barrel with my Battle Ram. Kind of failed that. And this is why I like to have my zap at all times when I go in for a Battle Ram. If they have this quick Skarmy, you can zap that and kill it. And if they have a fisherman like this, you can zap it and reset it long enough for the ram to connect. So I'm gonna cycle my bandit for dual lane pressure. I don't want him to support this giant skeleton. And then we'll go P.E.K.K.A behind so that the giant bomb does not affect my P.E.K.K.A. Unless he spends elixir to keep it there. And we're gonna kill one of these zappies with the bandit. Hopefully, not even, which is nice. So he doesn't have a giant skeleton. He doesn't have a fisherman. I'm gonna go ghost, no battle ram, because he's gonna have a hunter, and I don't want to give that too much value. That was a really well played hunter by him. Okay, so now I can just go in with my battle ram again. No zappies, only a fisherman or a giant skeleton. Still gonna zap it. Oh, we didn't get the connection. Okay, so that was an interaction I was kind of testing there. I didn't know if you zap the fisherman if it would get a hit. We do get 2 barb hits. Very cool, very cool. And he's gonna have a giant skeleton in cycle, so I don't really want to play anything and give him that elixir advantage. We spent 6, he spent 5, so already a -1 trade. I'd just be feeding him 3 elixir to that giant skeleton, so not the best play for me. With this, now that we're bleeding though, I'm gonna cycle my bandit and I'm gonna cycle in the opposite lane just so that he can't protect his weak side tower with that giant skeleton at first. So cycle our magic archer, same lane as the 2 zappies, much more scary than 1 zappy. Bandit's gonna clean up the first zappy. He's gonna go ahead and earthquake our magic archer, so I'm just gonna go in with my ghost, and I'm not going ghost battle ram here just because I need to make sure I'm not giving that hunter too much value. But now that I have the magic archer to help support this battle ram and make sure that hunter is not gonna do anything, then yes, now I'm ready to go in for the battle ram over there. So I can't afford to bleed that elixir and get my P.E.K.K.A behind his giant skeleton. So we're just gonna have it get eaten up by the giant skeleton, and then I'm gonna go with a bandit offset to the right to start killing off these zappies. So I'm perfectly fine if he RGs here. We have the magic archer ready to line up on anything he plays, and we're sitting in a nice damage advantage, which means he's gonna have to be the aggressor in just a little bit. So now we're gonna go with the magic archer. I'm gonna go with my Ewis to protect it. Need to keep this alive. We're gonna get nice poison here. I'm fine only hitting 1 zappy. It's fine by me. Just gonna zap that so that it dies, and we do get another magic archer shot. So right here, I'm not sure if he has his zappies in cycle, but I really don't care. We need to set up with a push in this lane and try and force out some of elixir. Perfect. 6 elixir over there, and I'm perfectly fine with everything right here dying. Now we can go with our P.E.K.K.A. And, oh, this giant skeleton is going to connect. Okay, I have to let that go. I need to let that go. That's going to be very suboptimal that that fisherman was there to pull it back. I should have accounted for that. But I have to let that go in the long run. It's going to be much better for me. So he's going to go with a hunter over there. He doesn't have zappies. He doesn't have hunter. He's basically only going to have like a giant skeleton here. So we are going to go in with an attack, and we are going to try and line up our um, my magic archer. We're going to place it in this position so that it's going to line up onto the fisherman as well. I'm going to keep this alive again. Kind of have to. Zap up everything here. No, my ghost died to the bomb. That's so unfortunate. And then I kind of screwed up my bandit too. So we're going to have to give him that earthquake value. I have to shut down this lane with the magic archer. So we're going to go in with the battle ram, and I need to consider placing my P.E.K.K.A in front here. This is the right time to place my P.E.K.K.A in front. This is a really difficult matchup, but now we can go in with the battle ram over here. Can get off a nice poison on all of his zappies. And he's got 2 fishermen's down. This is really scary. Okay, so we're going to go in with my ghost. We're going to go in with the P.E.K.K.A over here. I have to let this giant skeleton connect again. And he's going to get off a fisherman. That's going to be a good game. I don't think there's a whole lot I can do in this matchup. We played it well in single. Once we get into double and triple, I mean, I just don't think there's any way I can break through a Hunter Zappy's Fisherman. But hopefully, you guys learned something about how I was trying to play that game with like my attacks and such. But yeah, unfortunate. So we'll go into the next game here against Baby Pluto. And the nice thing about being kind of low without pushing aside, not going to have to edit out any of these queue times, which is pretty nice. Might actually just be able to put all of these clips together into the video. So we'll cycle our bandit in the back first play. Always a good play. He's going to have his hunter. So if you zap the hunter, it's not gonna let the bandit dash through. Nice. The bandit actually still gets on that hunter, so he's gonna have spent if he poisons this magic archer, he's gonna have spent quite a lot of elixir. We'll just go with our ghost here. I think I'm gonna P.E.K.K.A to protect this magic archer. Because if I let this magic archer die to the cannon, oh, he's got the fireball variant. Rip. That's not good. I don't think he can protect this cannon card though, so that's um gonna be good. Yeah, alright. So as long as that cannon card's dead, we are alright. This is gonna be kind of rough with fireball, just because he's gonna have an instant answer to my magic archer, and this is mortar graveyard, so that is a smart mortar. We're gonna go same lane with our battle ram just so that it connects, and then I'm gonna go with my Ewis here just to prevent any damage and get a little bit of counter push running here. Quick zap there on these spear goblins. Doesn't look like we're gonna get any damage though, but it's alright. So he's gonna have Hunter, Knight, Cannon Cart, and Graveyard as his cycle right now. And I can kind of predict that just by counting how many cards it's been. So this is perfectly fine by me. We're gonna P.E.K.K.A on top. And so the way I'm gonna win this matchup is by getting a nice push with my P.E.K.K.A on top of the Cannon Cart. But if he's able to defend with the Cannon Cart, oh, he's gonna go in with a Graveyard. I don't know if I agree with that Graveyard. We're gonna place our Ghost down low, help try and defend this. And look at this counter push we're about to have, guys. I'm gonna ignore that Knight. And I'm not going to battle ram immediately, and the reason why is I don't want to give him a nice defensive mortar that pulls everything to the middle. So we're going to wait for everything to cross the bridge a little bit, and now we can go in. Kill off these spear goblins ASAP. And now look, we have a ton of units on the map. Oh, no. Dang it. Just going to zap that up. I don't think he's back to his spear goblins quite yet. Yes, and he's not able to place them. And we get 2 P.E.K.K.A hits. That's so big. Okay. So now, since he doesn't have his cannon cart and cycle, we're going to set up with the battle ram in the opposite lane, and I'm going to go P.E.K.K.A at the bridge. And the reason why is my ghost is now covering his P.E.K.K.A, or my P.E.K.K.A. Let's see, can we get that on the mortar? Okay, so now we can zap the spear goblins. And I don't think he's going to have a great answer to a battle ram right here. Ghost is going to get on tower, 343. It's not quite poison range, but the hunter missed its shot. That's going to be a good game against a pretty difficult matchup in my opinion. I'm not sure what it is because I haven't played as much this season, but I don't think it's very easy. So that was just really good gameplay with my P.E.K.K.A there. And I didn't get to finish explaining why I P.E.K.K.A the bridge, but I P.E.K.K.A the bridge because Ghost, A, is going to hit the knight once, which means my P.E.K.K.A can two-shot it, which is a really favorable interaction. Also, it's going to be invisible, so if he lets it go and has to try and defend the P.E.K.K.A first, because it's the biggest threat, Ghost could get on tower for some sneaky, sneaky damage. Always good to have the Ghost in front if you have a P.E.K.K.A down. That's a really nice support option if your opponent has something like a Wizard that dies in 3 shots to the Ghost, or it's got something like Spear Goblins like this guy had, or if you just want it to sneak through and get some damage. And also, he had no Cannon Cart in Cycle, which meant that he wasn't going to be able to defend it very easily, because the Cannon Cart can just perch out of range, pull that P.E.K.K.A all over the map while outputting a ton of DPS, and it's easily protectable, and it leads to really, really nice counter push. So it's really good that we were able to keep killing it every time. So we're going into our next game here against one from SRB Royal Guard. Let's see what he's got. With this starting hand, I'm probably not going to make the first play. I might zap the back corner of his tower. So this is a slight, like really slight pro tip, but if you zap the back corner of their tower right where I'm hovering this poison, like this tile, sometimes if they play a mega minion or something in the back corner, you can hit it. And so that is the best placement. It's really insignificant for the most part, but that is the best placement if you want to just cycle a zap, because there's the slight chance you'll hit something with the prediction. You can't play your poison on that tile because you activate the king tower before hitting anything. So we'll just set up with our bandit here. So he's gonna have the fisherman, and since I have a magic archer alive, and that fisherman's gonna be one shot for my P.E.K.K.A, we're gonna P.E.K.K.A the bridge here. That fisherman's gonna pull the P.E.K.K.A really close to his tower. And now, since the hunter took magic archer damage, it's gonna be one shot. So he's gonna get another hit. Now we're gonna pressure with the ghost because he's kind of broke. Yeah, we're gonna get a P.E.K.K.A smack. So overall good attack. I kind of wish that ghost would kill the Ewis. I didn't expect him to Ewis in that lane to defend the P.E.K.K.A. All fine though, all good. So I can't put myself down much more elixir because that was really expensive by me. So we're just gonna zap off that Ewis. A to cycle and prevent damage, and B, yeah. So we're just gonna. I guess there was no B. I put both of the reasons as B. So we're gonna go with a bandit, and we're gonna go with our Ewas. He just spent 10 elixir, so he's not gonna be able to afford a fisherman. We're gonna take a lot of damage, but we have a nice counter push. And the Ewas in front is actually kind of good here because it prevents him from fishermaning. So we're gonna go with the ghost here, my own ghost, to try and hit his ghost before it goes back to sleep. So let's see what he's gonna do. Gonna go with his Ewas. That's good for me. So I eat this Ewas damage, and so what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna set up with a battle ram in the back left, and then I'm gonna P.E.K.K.A in front with it. A, this is really good because if it catches the hunter that he tries to play high on it, then we're gonna be looking really, really nice. And B, if I can get him to bait fisherman, will be also looking really nice. So unfortunately, it's gonna pull the magic archer. That's not what you like to see. Actually, it might be what you like to see. He doesn't have his fireball and cycle because he just used it on the magic archer and stuff. So we do get his tower down. So that was a really nice push. Now we're gonna try and set up for a defense. He doesn't have his fisherman and cycle right now. We can go with our P.E.K.K.A. Oh, he does have a fisherman. Oh man, dude, that is such a big mistake up by me. We're gonna still try and prevent as much damage as we can. It's possible. Yeah, I think I can actually defend this RG. And yeah, he's gonna have to spend another fireball log. So we're gonna keep up the pressure. We're gonna force him to fireball. Yes, he's not gonna be able to cycle back in time. Ewis dies. He doesn't have any elixir for that, and we're gonna get the win. Just zap up that tower for pretty much no reason. So that was a really clean game for the most part, except for that one P.E.K.K.A. Except for my defense. My defense was horrible, but my offense was pretty on point there. So that's how you want to attack versus RG. I knew he only had Hunter, which is bad against a P.E.K.K.A, like right up in its face, and he only had Fisherman, which can pull my P.E.K.K.A and give it a lot of value. So we were able to break through and pretty much take his tower there with that attack, and so that was really nice. Alright, so going into our last game of the video here against Omega Lol from Royale API Alpha. Shout out to Royale API. These guys are really nice. The guys over there are really nice. Um, Very good website to look at too for Clash Royale stats. So we'll go Battle Ram the Bridge first play because I have my zap and I'm trying to starting hit him. Okay, that was a terrible zap. I don't know what the heck that was. I knew it was not going to connect. Like, that's a pretty standard interaction that even zapping Zappies is not going to let the Battle Ram connect. I'm used to them having that really slow first hit speed, so looks like it's going to be the same match that we lost against earlier. I'm not sure if I'm going to share that loss in the video. Oh, okay, so this is so good for me. Yeah, because this is why I like to P.E.K.K.A like right here. Because look at this, the Ghost now gets that Fisherman to one shot, and now it's going to get some nice damage. And we have a literal P.E.K.K.A right up on his face on that tower. P.E.K.K.A, please at least smack that Hunter once. Oh, it doesn't smack the Hunter. Okay, well, at least I held off on the Bandit there, because I was actually getting ready to go in with a Bandit. But he doesn't have, he's only going to have Zappies to defend both the Battle Ram and this Bandit. I'm going to go with my Battle Ram over here, force out his Zappies, and then we're going to go with a Split Lane Bandit once I see what he, yeah, so and we go with the Split Lane Bandit, we force out his Bar Barrel too. He's not going to have a good answer, he's going to have to Fisherman. And so now I can Ghost on these Zappies to finish them off, Fisherman gets no value, and he's going to have to probably play something really awkward to defend this Ghost. So if I really wanted this Ghost to connect, if I was had about 2 more elixir, I would have gone with a P.E.K.K.A in the bridge opposite lane, and that would have forced out a really weird giant skeleton, and he wouldn't have had any elixir to counter this Ghost, and so that would have been a lot of damage. And sometimes that's what you want to do. You want to like make a weird play, but that weird play will guarantee that your other play is going to work out. So he's going to go in with a giant skeleton. Unfortunately, I can't bleed enough to put that giant P.E.K.K.A behind the giant skeleton. So we're just going to have to put it right there and let everything die. So I'm considering poisoning. I'm not going to, though. I'm just going to save it. I'm in a really awkward spot here. We're going to go with a low Ewas here. So we have a really big counter push coming back at him. But it's all going to be pretty easily defended by giant skeletons. We're going to go with the Magic Archer just to kill off this Hunter. I want this Hunter dead. Now we can kind of do... Oh, wow. The Magic Archer is literally hitting the Hunter from that far away. That's pretty crazy to me. So Magic Archer is doing a nice job here. I'm actually going to go with the Battle Ram to further protect it. It's just getting me so much value right now. And yeah, it's going to kill off this Hunter. And that Magic Archer has been alive for 2 cycles. He spent 2 Bar Barrels on that Magic Archer to kill it. I have no Heal Spirit either, which makes it even crazier. So since I'm going to wait for this, gonna go with our P.E.K.K.A, and then we're gonna go with the Bandit opposite lane. And yeah, he's not going to use his giant skeleton very well. So now only there are no zappies alive in the lane that he's trying to defend. Hunter or Ghost is on. Oh, we might actually have just won the game. Magic Archer to chain and hole. We won a really difficult matchup. So I'm going to try and go over my thought process as to why I did all of that. So when I saw that I had banded, like I was getting ready to bandit Ghost because I had P.E.K.K.A on the Giant Skeleton. Giant Skeleton's not going to be able to kite at both lanes. He doesn't have good answers in cycle. I was keeping track. His bar barrel's out. He's only got like zappies. So when I saw he split the zappies and the bandit dashed, that meant no zappies in the left lane. Only a hunter. And I already have my ghost down, which means he's going to have to choose the battle ram or the ghost, and that ghost is going to get a lot of damage. And then he goes with the fisherman too, -3 elixir. Already he's spent a lot. Excuse me. So now I know his hunter is going to be too late to prevent that connection. He played the bar barrel, and that was like 100%, 110%. Hunter's going to be too late to do anything about it. So we were able to just play our magic archer there on that bar barrel, get a lot of damage, and even though he hunted late, it was not enough. The battle ram had connected, and we had been able to take his tower. So that was what I was thinking. That was what was going through my head, split second, as I was in that kind of sequence. And with that deck, you really need to just be, you have to be hyper aware of their cycle at all times, because one of the biggest things you could get screwed on is cycle. Because if you spam into a Zappies, you didn't think they had cycle, dead push. If you spam into a Hunter, you didn't think they had cycle, dead push. If you play a P.E.K.K.A on an RG, and they have a Fisherman in cycle, dead P.E.K.K.A to like the Zappies, and dead Tower. That RG gets so much damage. So we were able to do a good job keeping track of a cycle there. We were able to win the game.